Alright. Here we go. We are back. Alright, let's ping everyone real quick. Shit. No one's going to notice that. Okay. Alright. And then Alright. Perfect. Everything looks good. So let's see, what enchantment was I making? Let's look back in here. I just made Siphon. So Siphon works. Okay, next one. Next one we want to make is Parry. So Parry will also actually be really easy. So new Java class, Parry enchantment. Yep, add extends enchantment. Perfect. Rady, if I'm gonna be honest, I had no idea. Well, I'm glad you enjoy them. And hello, Arsenic. Alright, so back to the Parry enchantment here. Let's see, we recently made, what was Siphon? Siphon was a chestplate enchant, so let's grab this, go in here. We're speedrunning code today because we want to get this done. Because the sooner we get this done, the sooner the server comes out. Oh yeah. So you need to go up here, copy the code for, whoa! Copy the code for Siphon. Change this to Parry. This will be Parry. And then this needs to be Parry. And then we need to add a new keybind. So back in my key bindings right here, let's just copy one of these, make a new one. This time we're gonna call it Parry, and then make that Parry. And then what key do we make the Parry? Let's just go with R. I'm not really thinking about what keys I make what, so, because that's not really a problem for me. So now that we have that enchantment existing, what we need to do in the living attack event here. Alright, so if we're gonna say, what is this? Parry enchantment dot parrying, and then we'll make that variable later. If parry enchantment dot parrying, then event dot set canceled true. There. So now it will make it so that it will cancel the living attack event. That happens, and it will also set parry enchantment dot parrying to false. There. So it doesn't know what I'm talking about when I say the parrying variable. So what I'm gonna do is gonna go make that right now. Right here. Okay, so we're gonna do public, that's not a C, public static boolean parrying. And we're gonna make a public static long. Parry cool. That's not how you spell cool. Cooldown. Alright, so now that we have those, what we can do is sign this up for the tick event. So we'll go in here. Except instead of counterweighted, we're going to say parry enchantments. And then it goes, what the fuck? There's no on-key input event, in which case I tell it there is. See, if you really want to get your code to work, you have to gaslight it. Next thing we need to do is an if statement. So if key bindings dot instance dot parry dot is down and mod enchantments dot check chest enchantments dot contains parry. Probably should capitalize the P, parry. Alright, and then give it the curly brackets there, and then what else do we want it to do? Keep on any side instance dot parry dot is down and mod enchantments dot check chest enchantments dot contains parry. Alright, and system dot current time milliseconds is greater than or equal to parry cooldown plus, and then the cooldown for parrying, we're probably gonna call it just a full second. And then every time that's hit, it will say parry cooldown equals true, or wait, true. I mean system dot current time milliseconds, and then we will set parrying to true, and then over here we need an else statement, and there we will say parrying equals false. Perfect. That should work. I should be able to parry things now. Every time I press R, I will parry things. And that might be a parry enchantment done in less than 10 minutes. I'm gonna be pretty freaking proud of myself if this works. Oh wait, I don't think it's gonna work. No. We need to set another cooldown here. So I think we can use the same thing. So if you'll get a half-second window to parry. That's your window to block. So else if system dot current time milliseconds is greater than or equal to parry cooldown plus 500. So that's your half-second window from when this starts, and then this. And then we're probably gonna actually give this a 5-second cooldown, or else you'd be able to abuse it really, really bad. Let's see how that works. All right. What are we fighting today? Actually, let's just jump off the cliff. Damn it. I timed that wrong. That didn't work. Alright, so I'm starting to think it's not working. Let's go in here. So on the living attack event, if... Yeah, that all looks right. So if the problem has to be over in here. Ugh. Wait a minute. Well, I guess it's a tick event, it's just named wrong. Let's, Shift F6. Change that to on client tick. There. So, here in the parry enchantment, let's give it a simple at. No, I want a system.out.println parrying. Actually, let's not put that there. We're actually going to put this here. And then we also want to put one right there. Alright, so it is running that. Did it ever say true? No, I don't think it did. So let's make it not print there. Maybe it's because I'm not wearing the parry enchantment. It could have been working this whole time. You know, it's probably been working better than I've given it credit for. Alright, let's enchant with that parry. And then... There, if I hit R, tells me true once. Okay, so maybe I was in creative mode. Looks like I didn't time that well. Let's give that another go. Maybe I need to wait a bit longer. All right. Oh. Cooldown's messing with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It should work now. Didn't work. And I set it to true. Okay, so obviously this isn't working. So system.out.println parry enchantment.parrying. There. Let's see how that works. Interesting. Runs that a strange number of times. Maybe I just need to increase the window. Maybe 500 was just a bit too much. Or too little, rather. Alright, well, it fucking killed me. Alright, so let's go ahead and go back in here. And change with this prince. It's going to print Successful. Or actually, we need to, There. That will perhaps work. Oh. So can I reasonably parry it? So it looks like my timing's just bad. Well, that's a bit strange. I can't seem to get this timing right. What the heck? Something's going on. Maybe it's because of that. It might be. We'll have to check. Let's also comment out these logs here. There. All right. All right, I think I figured it out. It sets it to false way too fast. So what I need to do is be in here and then just get rid of the part where it sets it to false. If that fixes it, that'll be the first enchantment done in half an hour. Come on. Here we go. That's better. That's much better. So now I'm gonna fight me a creeper. Woo! I parried it. I'm so cool. Oh my god. I'm literally a gamer. I'm gonna parry this fall. Oh, let's go. And I can still take damage, right? Yeah, because that was just my god gamer reflexes right there. So now we're going to give it the numbers it actually should have. So let's give that 500 because you should be pretty damn accurate, and then that 5,000. Being able to completely nullify damage is a pretty powerful ability. So I gotta make it so you have to be pretty goated in order to use it. Perfect. How generous is this? Actually seems really generous. A little too generous. That's a bit better. Let's split that in half. I think that's a bit too lenient. That's a 3. Whoops. Here we go. Alright. See, that felt like a good parry window. Then what happens if I... Yep. That's good enough, I guess. Yeah. You have to be pretty damn close. Okay. And then... Yeah, so you do have a lot of leeway when it comes to that. So, like, let's go ahead and, like, time set night, right? And then we spawn ourselves like a zombie. See how effectively I can parry this guy's attacks. Let's see if I can own this zombie like I'm goated with the sauce. Nope. Alright, so yeah, it works, but he attacks a lot faster than you can parry. I think... Yeah, I mean, it's a little difficult to test with mobs because their attack pattern is a little wacky, but I'll call that a success. First enchantment done in, like, exactly 30 minutes. So... we can delete that. Alright, so next up is Warden Spine. Ugh. Alright, so enchantment number 2, let's speedrun this. New Java class. And we're gonna call it Warden Spine. Or actually, we're not gonna capitalize that part. Warden Spine enchantment. Yes, add it. And then extends enchantment. And then what we're gonna do is just blatantly steal what we have over here in Siphon. So let's take that, replace that with Warden Spine. Warden Spine enchantment. Alright, so back here in mod enchantments. We need to register this, so here in the armor category, we're gonna call it Warden Spine. And then right here, we're going to say Warden Spine. And then right here, we're going to say Warden Spine. Perfect. So, the next thing we're gonna have to do, make a keybind. I don't know where we're gonna bind this to, but it doesn't really matter that much. So, what we're going to make this is, G, probably. We're gonna call it, Warden Spine. Warden Spine. And... so, I would do that. But I can see situations where you would want it to be something different than something else. Like parry, you would want it to be a simple, execute instantly kind of button. Something you can reach easily. However, something like Siphon, that's not something you don't want to hit accidentally. You don't need it close to your keyboard. I would make it like that, but I think it would be better for the people that run different enchantments, right? Because they might want something else there, and I don't want them to have to go back and mess around with their key bindings. They can just have all of their chestplate enchantments set to like the same one, if it really boils down to that. So we're gonna make them all different. Plus, it makes it a little easier for me, because then I don't have to worry about potential incompatibilities. So, Warden Spine here. Now that we have the keybind, what we're going to do is first make ourselves a new packet, and we're going to just call this Warden Spine client to server packet. Add, and then in here we're going to steal train dash. And next what we're going to do is take this, place that, this, replace that. Get rid of the code in here because it won't apply to this enchantment. And then over here in mod messages, we need to register our new packet. So copy, paste. And then this is going to be Warden Spine. So grab that, copy, or paste. Done. All right, so next thing we want to do is make the logic that determines what goes down. And in order to do that, we need to sign it up for the client tick event. So up here, we're going to copy and paste this, but instead of parry enchantment, we're going to make it Warden Spine enchantment. And it'll say, what the fuck? That doesn't exist, except it actually does. So on client tick, let's see, what are we going to need? We're going to need probably just a public static long Warden cooldown. And then in here we're going to say if mod enchantments dot check chest enchantments dot contains warden, then and key bindings dot instance dot warden spine dot is down. So and then and the yeeting enchantment. That's what gust is. I truly agree. Alright, so if you're wearing the enchanted chest plate, if you're pressing the right button, and if the delay hasn't hit yet, so system.out or system.current time milliseconds is greater than or equal to warden cooldown, then do the rest. There. Okay, so we're also going to need a boolean. So public static boolean blind. And this is because this is going to be a toggleable effect. You're going to give yourself blindness when you use this, but you also deal more damage. So it's kind of like a blind attack is just like a desperate attempt to deal more damage. And you'd only use it when you're confident you're going to hit your enemy, but you have to be careful because you obviously can't use it all the time. So it's going to take like half a second in order to actually work. So I think the first thing we're going to say is and blind is false. So if blind is false, the first thing it needs to say is blind equals true, and then it'll carry out the rest from there. So after this, it'll say if blind equals true, or we just need to say blind. If blind and system dot current time milliseconds is greater than or equal to warden cooldown plus, and then we're gonna say it takes half a second to activate. So in here we need to say warden cooldown equals system dot current time milliseconds. There. So if all that's true, then what you want to do is mod messages dot send to server new warden spine client to server packet. So then it'll run the code that it needs to. So my missus pinged me. She says shrimple. It's as shrimple as that. That's what I think. Okay, so... we might need a second boolean here. So let's make a second one here, and then we're gonna call it blinding. So blinding will equal true. And then we're actually going to say we need both of those to be false. So both blinding and blind will default equal false. And then in here, it will say blind equals true. That's right. We need to say blinding. Blinding equals, and then after we set blind to true, we need to say blinding equals false. So in here, we should probably also specify that blind needs to be false. So it'll switch everything there. Look up the spoiler. Those aren't very alive. Okay, so if blinding is true and blind is false, which it should be after you first press the button, then it won't let you do it again. So it'll give you that half second before it blinds you. And then we also want to register when you click it and you're already blind. So we're essentially going to copy this here. Except what we actually want... Oh, and this needs to be 1000, of course. So this needs 1000 here, and it should already be blind, but not blinding. So after that's true, yep, and then set warden cooldown too. So we need to set it again over here. All right, perfect. And then all right, so it'll set blind equal to false. So this is in order to get yourself to get out of the warden state. So after a full second of being in it, then you're able to cancel out. And then after you cancel out, it's going to be another second before it actually does it. So... maybe we make it, yeah, that they're both true. Both true. What's gonna say? Yeah, it's already true. That's fine. Better safe than sorry. So I think then what we do is copy this. And then as long as both are true, and then this plus 1,000, right? Then it'll set both to false. And then it'll apply the effect. There. That should be the complete code there. I think. So now that we have the logic down, all that we'll need is to actually apply the effect. And I'm not sure if I can make you completely blind. But we'll see what we can do. So, Warden Spine here. What we want to do is first set this to a living entity. All right, so now when we refer to it, it will refer to it the way we want it to. And then we're going to put some simple logic in here. So if blind, and then it'll ask me to import it, right? If blind, then do that, and then else, aka if false, then it'll do that. Perfect. So now we have that structure that we need right there. And then what we're going to need to do now is we'll just copy this right here, I guess. And then in here, we're going to say player, then all that. Player.get attributes. Oh, does it need parentheses? Yeah, there we go. Alright, and then we say site modifier Warden Spine QUID. And then want to go back into tap, and we're just gonna take this right here. What the fuck? There we go. Alright, cool. Let's get rid of hit cooldown because we don't need that. And then called Warden Site. And then what attribute do we actually want to modify? Attack damage. That's what we want to give him. Deal 4 extra damage. Deal 4 extra hearts of damage. And then player dot get attributes dot remove attribute modifiers. Site modifier, Warden Spine UUID. Oh, how do we do it then? Okay, so first we get instance attributes dot attack damage, and then dot remove modifier, and that's how we remove it. Okay, so how do I make him blind? Oh, what's up, Zenth? Player dot effect. Add effect. Mob effect instance. Dot mob effects. Yes, we are. Man, I don't remember how I did that. Let's look at tempo theft. New mob effect instance. Mob effects blindness. And then 1-1. Okay, so amplifier 99. Duration. A long time. And then, you know what? Just for good measure. There. Player dot remove effect. Doesn't seem happy with that. There. That should be it. I don't remember what we bound this to though. Bound it to, let's call it B today. How many enchantments have I made so far? Well, if we're gonna count this one, we count this one. That's 20. 20 enchantments. Are you freaking kidding me? I swear to God. Why on earth? Okay, looks like we have to do stupid silly. First, before we do anything, if Minecraft.getInstance.player doesn't equal null, then run the rest of the code. Yeah, so if this works, that'd be 20 enchantments done. And then that would be 17 to go. Whoa! What the fuck? I didn't press the right button. What the hell? Oh, that would be why. God damn it. Alright, looks like we're gonna fix Train Dash real quick. Shouldn't take too long. Give me 1 second. Alright, so... we need to make sure it doesn't equal null. And it's also... whoops, not a comma. It also needs to make sure it's not the player. There. What it was doing, it was detecting me as an entity that it was meant to blow up. Because that's what happens when you get hit by Train Dash. You get an explosion hit on you. And it only worked in creative mode. Supposedly this should work in survival now. Yeah. Yeah, it'll do a bit of damage to me. Okay, good. Alright, so now that those shenanigans are over, let's grab ourselves a chest plate here. / enchant dev, and then we want to scroll all the way down here to do Warden Spine. So let's go ahead and put on our Warden Spine here, and I don't remember what we bound it to. It was B. Haha, Brady, it wasn't G. Yeah, you can't even sprint while you're like this, so... although it does let you move more than I kind of wanted you to, or see more than I wanted you to, I guess it makes it usable still. Let's grab ourselves a creeper here. Yep, and that works. Yeah, that worked. At exactly half an hour, too. Awesome. That's another one down. Oh, you can't crit while you have blindness? Wow, okay, yeah, I think that's pretty balanced then. No issues here. Let's go ahead, look back at enchantment suggestions. That's another one to delete here, and oh shit. Some of these helmet enchantments scare the shit out of me, so I'm going to avoid those for now. Yeah, we have plenty of other ones to do, so I think the next one we'll do is going to be Flare. Definitely not This Will Hurt. Definitely not inspired by Ultra Kill. This one should be pretty simple also. It's gonna take some... Oh, Judgment? Okay, fine. I can do Judgment first. So, new Java class. We actually need to give it a better name other than Judgment. I can't call it that. What do we call it? I don't want to call it Lunge, because that sounds kind of boring. Drop Kick? That's not a drop kick. The drop kick's way different. What do you even call that attack? Let me see what the wiki says. Minos Prime Wiki. Let's look for the description for Judgment. Oh, I mean, it calls it a drop kick in there. I don't really want to call it drop kick, though. Well, you know, I thought a drop kick was like you drop something and then kick it. Not like... Oh! Maybe it's called a drop kick because you're kicking while you're dropping. Maybe that's what it was. So there might be two different definitions. Explosive Lunge is a bit better, but that's like a huge name. I would want something a bit smaller. This one's a tough one, I won't lie. TNT Lunge. Well, that just doesn't really have a ring to it. Like, I don't really want to use the word lunge, because it just doesn't sound very good. I might call it Judgment anyway, if I'm being honest. Because I can't think of anything better. And it's not like I'll get copyright striked for calling it Judgment. So... yeah, we'll just call it Judgment. And those who get the reference, which will be most people, get the reference. Judgment. Whoop. Judgment enchantments. Alright. Crush is, leggings. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna let you have a full Minos Prime build. Alright, so... what am I doing here? What am I doing? extends enchantment. And then this is leggings, so we'll just grab the next one, which would be this. So this one should be pretty simple. We just need to grab a short bit of logic. And we can actually steal some code from Train Dash. So judgment, enchantment, and we need a public static long. Judge time. And then I know, I'm truly a cruel god for not letting you Minos out, as you will call it. So, I think we'll need to sign it up for the tick event. So we'll copy this, and then we'll call it judgment enchantment, and then we make this function here on client tick. So if Minecraft dot get instance dot player doesn't equal null, then carry on. There we go, that was weird. Okay, so we'll need to make a keybind. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. There's another one that's leggings, right? This one. Train Dash is leggings, so we're gonna set it to the same damn thing. Judgment. And then judgment. There. Okay. That works for me. Then that'll just be the Z key. And then where were we? Judgment. Okay, so if that's not null, and if key bindings dot instance dot judgment dot is down, then and also if the system dot current time milliseconds is greater than or equal to judge time plus, this should probably have a decent cooldown. We'll give it the classic 5 seconds. Yeah, that all looks good. And then oh, that's right. And if mod enchantments dot check leg enchantments dot contains judgment, then what we're gonna do is I'll send the packet. Yeah, I think it's as simple as that. I guess we'll need to make a boolean, so public static boolean target found, and then we will want a public static living entity target. There. So I think what we're actually gonna do is take this out, because we don't want to run this when we don't have to. And then we're actually going to go in here. If you're wearing the enchantment, then you do all this. Actually, did I ever register this? No, I don't think I did. Let's do that right now. So instead of train dash, we actually need to say judgment. And replace that with the judgment. And then replace that with judgment. Perfect. Alright, now that that's actually registered. So yeah, now we need to make a packet. So new Java class packet. Judgment client to server packet. Sure. And then what we're going to do is where's one that explodes? Sounds like train dash again. Let's go ahead and copy all of this. And then get rid of these. And then replace everything with judgment. And then over here in mod messages, we need to copy this. Replace this with judgment. Judgment. All right, and then what we need to do is go back in here. We'll need a second Boolean. Search target. And then what we're gonna do is mod messages dot send to server. And when we send this to the server, we want to do a new judgment client to server packet. And then after we do that, we want to say search target equals true. In which case we will then say if search target, then we'll do that. And then in the train dash enchantment over here, we need to copy this. There it is. We need to also keep this variable right here, so otherwise things get confusing. All right, and then change this from unlucky girlfriend to target. Change this to judge time. Creature of steel. my gratitude upon thee for my freedom. But the crimes thy kind have committed against humanity are not forgotten, and thy punishment is death. I love Minos. Anyway, we're actually gonna replace this right here. I'm glad you liked it, Rady. It's cause I'm Minos Prime. For real, for real. I got his monologue memorized, dude. He's my backdrop in my Discord profile for a reason. Let's see. God, what was I doing? What do I need to set to true? Target found. Target found equals true. And search target equals false. All right, now we can do stuff in here. Free at last. Oh, Gabriel. Now dawns thy reckoning, and thy gore shall glisten before the temples of man. Creature of steel, my gratitude upon thee for my freedom. But the crimes thy kind have committed against humanity are not forgotten, and thy punishment is death. Do 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 do. You know, I actually have considered it a little bit. I'm glad you think I would do well. I mean, you could definitely hear a bit of my voice in that, but like, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to invest the time offering my services and advertising myself as a voice actor when I could just, like, you know, bust it out for when I need it for my projects. I'm sure I could figure out a better control over my voice later, but right now it's no priority. Alright, so what the hell is going on in here? Let's go ahead and just comment all that out, because I can't read my own code right now. So what do we want? What do we want? If found target found, and then want me to import that? Yep. If target found, then do the explosion, but else we're going to launch the player. And then right here, we're actually going to want to set this to a living entity. I need to get the code that launches you in the direction you're looking. Um, all right, so it looks like we have variables that we don't actually need in there, but we're gonna put it in there anyway. So we're actually not gonna have that first P. All right, let's go back into judgment. So uncapitalize that player, and then player dot get look angle dot x. When we do that for the other three, except we do it y and z respectively. All right. So that'll launch you in the direction you're looking. And then if target found, then level dot explode. Then we say player. And then we want to say player dot x. Oh, player dot get x, and then player dot get y, and then player dot get z, and then we want a radius, probably 2. And then explosion interaction. Why am I doing explosion reaction? Interaction. Explosion interaction dot none. That's what we want. There. I just realized we don't actually need a variable. All we're trying to detect is if we hit something, so can actually go back into judgment up here, and then we can get rid of the target variable entirely because it's completely useless to us. All right. Man, this is going to be one really freaking productive day. I think we're actually going to make it, chat. Chat, is this real? Is this real, chat? Oh. Get the fuck off me. What did I set that to? B? There we go. Okay, good. Doesn't keep the damage. What we want is leggings here. / enchant dev judgment. Woo! Crash the game. Let's freaking go. Let's go. Love it when we do that. Public static spec 3. Look direction. All right, and then what we want to do is say look direction equals p player dot get looking. And then back in judgment. I'm gonna say look direction. There. That should work. Oh my god, Brady. You should hear me sing. If you like my voice acting. Alright, let's see if this crashes. Woo! We love to see it. It's all Igneo acapella. Dude, that would be the best soundtrack ever. Couldn't find yourself a better one if you tried. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, I'm starting to think it has something to do with the keybinds. So let's just set that to J. See if that fixes it. We're running out of time for the judgment enchantment, otherwise we're gonna have to go sicko mode on the next one. Please work. Okay, so it had nothing to do with the key. It's everything to do with what it does. So when I press it, it starts running through this. Oh. That's why. So all of it worked fine. We just didn't ever properly set P player. There we go. Okay, this time it didn't do anything. Alright, so it won't launch me, but it will do things. There we go. Alright, so now it will launch me. So now I just gotta scale it a bit more. Dot scale by 5, I guess. Alright. What the fuck? Maybe not 5. Maybe 2. Gotta hurry up and find the right number, because I'm running out of time for this. Come on. That looks good. That looks perfect right there. Maybe not. Maybe we do 2.5. Alright. So then we just have to implement a real short, where's the, judgment and system dot current time millisecond needs to be less than or equal to judge time plus let's give him a second. Alright, now if I use my judgment on this poor creeper here. Let's fucking go. That's not what was supposed to happen. Why isn't it launching me? Because we never set it to false. Target found equals false. There. Come on. Damn it, I missed. My judgment. There we go. Well, that's judgment done. Okay, perfect. Huh. That's a bit interesting. Might have to work on that. Alright, so... Oh boy, what do we make next? Probably not uppercut, because I'm realizing that might be a problem. Yeah, I think it's time for flare. So we just do flare and then we're all done. I got 20 minutes to make this one. 22 to be specific, so we gotta be fast. Enchantment, new Java class. We're gonna do flare enchantment. Flare enchantment. Add extends enchantment. And then what we're going to do, since this is a chest plate enchantment, we're going to take this from parry. I'm gonna take that right here. Change this to flare. And then we want to go into mod enchantments. Go with the rest of the chest plates here. Change warden spine here to flare. Change this to flare. And change this to flare. Perfect. Now, if we go back into the flare enchantment here, we actually need to go sign it up to the tick event. So take this. Change this to flare. There. Now that we have it signed up for the tick event, we can make some short logic here. We're going to want a public static boolean charging, public static boolean charge time. And you're not a boolean, you're a long. There. So, we also need to make a keybind. So, we're gonna make it conflict with siphon here, because that doesn't matter. Flare. Fair. And yep, that'll be key H. Alright, so right here in the flare, if Minecraft.getInstance.player doesn't equal null, then do the rest. So if mod enchantments dot check chest enchantments dot contains flare and what do we want here? What do we want? And key bindings dot instance dot flare dot is down and charging is false. Then charging equals true. Then charge time equals system dot current time milliseconds, and then what's the next one? I think that's probably it, right? Yeah, okay, so then if charging, then Minecraft.getInstance.player.set delta movement 0, 0, 0. And then if charging and system dot current time milliseconds is greater than or equal to charge time plus 2000, well, 2500 actually, then we send the packet. So we need to make the new packet right here. Quick flare client to server packet. And then what do we want here? We'll just take what's in Crush. Should be fairly simple. Pretty much even the same thing. There. Then we replace this with flare. This with flare. And then level.explode player. Yep, that's exactly what we need. Wow, maybe not 4. That sounds killer. Maybe 2. And then Crush needs to be set to 1. That's way too huge. Okay, so now we go register it in mod messages. Change this to flare. Flare. Perfect. Now we can go back up here and we can say mod messages dot send to server new flare enchantment. Not flare enchantment. Flare client to server packet. That should work. Alright, we still have about 14 minutes on the clock, so if it doesn't work, we have 14 minutes to find out why. Okay, it doesn't work. Let's find out why. Well, first order of troubleshooting is seeing if this is right. It is indeed right. Okay, next order of troubleshooting is realizing that I didn't enchant my damn plus chest plate with flare, so obviously it's not going to do it. Oh. I think I made it explode too much. So, maybe after we call it to explode, maybe then what we do is tell it to not do that anymore. Okay, then charging equals false. And charge time equals system dot current time milliseconds. There. Alright, let's try one more time here. Should just explode once and probably kill the creeper too. Alright, neat. Now it does take a really long time, so you've got like all the time in the world to freaking run away. So I think I'm actually gonna make this much more powerful. There. And there we have it. There we have it. That is the 4 enchantments in 2 hours. We did it. Yeah, 4 is pretty reasonable. Die. All right. Look at that. That's some crazy shit right there. We have so much done. Well, that'll probably be it for today then. 4 enchantments, 2 hours. Let's freaking go, dude. Alright, well, I will see you all later. Thank you all for attending the stream. And I'll see you, what, tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow's the Q&A stream. Okay, well, if you attend the Q&A stream, we'll see you there. Bye-bye!